Hey, y'all. Welcome back to a special edition of Hopped Up Beer Review. It is 2023 Brewers Advent Calendar, and today we are drinking Graminger Deife from the Graminger Weissbräu out of Altötting, Germany. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. Back to do that once again. We are drinking our way through 2023 and the Brewers Advent Calendar. Here behind me, we're back to review another beer, but if this is your first one you're watching, we are releasing them all pretty much at one time. Unlike last year, where we released them one day at a time. So if you are following along, all our videos should be out there by now. So be sure to check them all out. I've got Andy in the attic. I've got Jay. I am Ben. What are we drinking today, gentlemen?
The Graminger Deife. Graminger Deife.
There you go.
Is there a shadow on your can art there, Ben?
Thank you, Sally. There may be. I just stole this picture off the web. So
okay.
There's not there's not a line on the can itself. So.
Graminger Deife.
We go. All right, Andy. Can you open a beer without it spewing all over yourself? That's the question for this one.
Graminger Deife.
He's too obsessed
Let's
with Sally.
See.
See that pour? It looks really good. And it's in our glass.
No viewage.
All right. This is a Marzen. We did this one last year. And it was in our 2022 box. So I feel like I'm in one of those Stein competitions because my hand's already getting tired. Andy, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I've seen those. Okay, so what are the rules of a Stein competition? You just have to.
I think we should talk about it for a long time.
Yeah, hold it out like that, and then when you drop it, it's done.
Drop or just like bend your arm?
Bend your arm, I guess.
What's the rules? I've never been in a Stein competition.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have one day here on Hopped Up Beer Review.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers,
mates.
Cheers, mates.
Should I hold the while I talk about this?
Hold the thing, yeah. You should do that.
So no, I think you need to drink the beer while you talk.
Was it so
hey, your German's getting better.
Yeah. Now back to the gripping competition or the holding competition. I've seen pictures of people holding it like this or like that.
Oh, I don't know.
I've seen, the two. Is there, because I would think this would be less stressful because a narrower grip uses a lot more muscle than a wider grip.
Well, you would know in your profession. I mean, come on.
I would know this. So, anywho, back to the beer. So we did review this, and if you saw us last year, or if you're curious to see what last year's video was like, you'll find that there's not a lot of information about the beer itself. It's a Marzen, 5.6%, right? Right. Yes. And we looked because in this word Deife, D-I-F-E, is, we couldn't find it, and I could not see a translation of it. So I think it's like a made up, maybe a slang word in German, but it's to represent this little devil person, which is a common character on their beers in a different pattern or in a different scene. So this little guy.
That begs the question. Sorry to interrupt you, because we did another one of their beers last year.
The Kyrta.
Yeah, and it had the orange background and a little bit in a different. I remember the same guy, but he had a pretzel on a plate or something.
Was that a pretzel he's eating?
Yeah.
What was a plate of? Plate of pretzels?
Yeah, it was a pretzel on the plate. Yeah.
We couldn't.
It
looked like something else. I couldn't tell if it was sausages or pretzels.
Pretzels.
But
it did not have the same Deife, however we pronounce it, right?
Deife.
Deife.
Yeah, it was Kyrta. So yeah, I don't know. Deife, they didn't say what it was. So that cauldron, that I don't know if that's an actually cauldron, but I'm going to call it a washing boiler, because that, as you recall from last year, is how the brewery originated. Graminger Weissbräu out of Altöttinger. It's founded in 1900. It's an Anna brewery. Well, the master blacksmith in this town had set up tables and sold beer and food to the farmers waiting on his services. So he was fixing their machinery, whatever. And so he made the beer in a washing boiler, so a big pot like that. Well, business grew, and it grew too big for him to handle. So he sold it to whoever, and because it changed hands a couple times since then. And then he built a new forge right next door to it. So that was the origin story of Graminger Weissbräu. Was it Graminger? I can't remember which one.
So in your review this year, did we find any additional information, or did we realize that we've got really no more than last year?
There was nothing new.
Okay. Yeah. I definitely remember this beer, and obviously the Kyrta, I think you said, that we had last year, and I remember them both being good. Like when I pulled this out of the box, this is one that, since we'd had it last year, I was super excited to have again, because I remember that I really, really like this beer. And so I'll jump in there and go. This beer is, again, it's one of my favorites that we've had out of the box from last year. And again, super excited to have it again this year. I think if you, sadly enough, maybe, I don't know, sadly is the right word, but you go look at our video numbers. This one, our video from last year, is one of our highest viewed videos from reviews. So I guess maybe that means it was in a lot of boxes last year when we did this review. But I think it's a great beer. It's still a great beer. This year's version is exactly what I at least remember it being, a very solid beer. It's a Marzen, but it's, again, we go back to that discussion that we had last year, time and time again. It doesn't seem to me to be as malty as Marzens that we get in the US that claim, that are Marzens as well. It seems to be kind of in the middle for me of like a fest beer or a Marzen that we might have in the US versions, where it's in between. It's easy drinking, it's light, it's crisp. For me, it has malty flavor and good flavor, but it's not too malty. Or over malty, I should say. So 8.5 all day for this one on me, for me. I really like this one a lot. Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I liked it the first time we had it. Unfortunately, I think that we weren't able to get both the Graminger versions in this box, because last year we had the two, and this year I think between us, we have this one. I may have the other one in my box, but yeah, no, don't be jealous, Ben, because Kurto is really good. It obviously stands out. I mean, I love the can art. That's very unique, and I think you hit the nail on the head in a lot of ways, Ben. I mean, it's not too malty. It's got tremendous flavor. It's one that's up there for me in the box. That lives up to the can art in a lot of ways. I mean, sometimes we see these can arts that it might be catchy, but the beer is a disappointment when you taste it. This one is not. It's interesting that this is a, what'd you say, Andy, a nano brewery is what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
So super small, but I wish we could try more of their beer and see what they had. So it's good to me. It's 7.5. I like it.
All right, Andy, round us out here.
Rounding out. Seeing that there's 3 of us, is that a rounding? I mean,
Triangle us out here. How about that?
Yeah.
Does that work? Does that work better for your taste?
You just got me there.
Depends. I mean, you could have 3 in a circle. It's just a different type of circle.
Round, it's like a 3. I'm thinking middle, just round up or down. I mean, we're at a 0.5 right now. Okay. Beer. I think this one's pretty well balanced. It's got some malt character to it, but not too malty. Because, what do we got to go by? The majority of Marzens we've had are, U.S. breweries, which throw in that caramel, that malt, they just bomb you out. It's a little too sweet, but this isn't. It's got the malt. You taste the malt, but you don't get that excessive sweetness with it. So that's what I think I like it. Yeah, it's good beer. 7.5. I have no idea what I scored last year, but
so
yeah,
you bring up a good point. I mean, a lot of the ones that we have where we typically have the Marzens, and we did a lot of those last year, tried to squeeze in some good Oktoberfest, and then we did the Advent calendar, and it had a lot of Hess beers and Marzens because obviously it's from Germany. I'm not sure. I know we've done several other German beers, either from ones where Ben's gone through trips or I've grabbed some from the bottle shops, but I don't know. You're probably right that we haven't touched on a lot of the German Marzens. I know I've had several because I'll grab them whenever I'm out and about, or I'll have it on draft if I can, with the Oktoberfest tap takeovers and things like that. Do y'all recall if we've done a German Oktoberfest, like an Eyinger or a Tucher or anything?
actually from Germany.
We've done it. We've done an Eyinger before,
but not Oktoberfest.
Not Oktoberfest, but just one from their brewery.
Yeah, so an actual. I mean, the only Marzens I think we have done, Marzens and Fest beers, come from Germany from this calendar. So from larger breweries.
Look at that.
Yeah, jeez. Because we've done some polliners.
We've done a lot of Hefeweizens, things like that.
Yeah, so. a lot of Hefes, Weinstefner, but I think that was in.
So that's a challenge for us for next year. Yeah, maybe find a couple Oktoberfest from some of the German brews and see.
Yeah, I feel like I brought one back, either an Oktoberfest or a Marzen, or maybe I didn't, but I feel like I brought one back from the trip I made to Helen last year.
You probably kept it for yourself.
I may have. You may be right.
But you brought the Flensburger, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but that was a Hefe.
Or Hefe or Pils?
The Pilsner we have in inventory. So last year's was a Hefe.
But I didn't mean to derail, but I just thought
derailed. Hey, this show's about the 3 of us getting together and talking about beer. So if we're talking about this beer or other beer, it's beer. I mean, You know, you can say the sweet potato cooking and the hats of the world. Those are the other channels.
If
Conspiracy
somebody
theories
has
with
just gotten on
Andy.
this for the first time, they're like,
God,
sweet potato and hats of the world. What the hell are you talking about?
that throwing yams was something else, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't seen that
Conspiracy.
beer.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. Conspiracy theories with
Conspiracy
Andy,
theories.
another channel. So, you know, we
Conspiracy theory have I talked about?
Sweet potato cooking with Jay and Andy. That's another channel.
yeah. So we
All right,
try to spread out
beers.
across
I
the
love-
YouTube.
Just make sure you put link to my OnlyFans down below. That's all I ask.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll
Hey.
do.
Inflation, man. You know, I gotta make some money. I gotta
Get paid for that pressure washer.
yeah. Stuff's expensive now.
That is going to be a 7.8 for the Graminger Deife.
You got it wrong.
Excuse me, Sally.
Graminger Deife.
Okay. So if you've got this one in your 2023 Brewers Advent Calendar box, let us know what you think on a scale of 1 to 10. Where do you rate it? We would love to hear that. And we would love for you to join us in our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server to chat about that. Let us know what you think. All December long, we're going to be chatting about the 2023 Brewers Advent Calendar. And we are, yeah, absolutely. So jump in there and let us know what you think, or you can let us know down in the comments as well. Be sure to check us out on all the social medias down below as well. And if you have yet to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell, you would be remiss if you did not do that. We have some Hopped Up Beer Review merch like this shirt and the stuff that Jay is showing there, and Andy's shirt. So if you have interest in that, guess where you can find it? That's right, down in the description. That's all I got for Andy in the attic and Jay. I am Ben. Thank you for joining us.
Graminger Deife.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mate.
Graminger Deife. Graminger Deife.
Andy and his Sally obsession.
Graminger Deife.